how to make FU money on Amazon in just the next 30 days. The thing about selling on Amazon is there is so much freaking money going around on a day-to-day basis. If you don't know already, Amazon does $1.65 million per day. And in this video, I'm gonna be going over the simplest, the easiest method for you to start finding products to sell on Amazon today. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because on this channel, we go over the top tips and tricks for Amazon sellers looking to scale their business in rapid time. But before we get into it, if you don't know me, my name is Mar. I'm one of the co-owners here at our company, Above the Par. We've done over $30 million on sales in Amazon, and in 2024, we did over $12.1 million between our two main accounts. So you know a thing or two about scaling up Amazon businesses, and our goal with this channel is to help you do the same and faster than we did it. Let's go. Let's get into it. So the thing about making FU money on Amazon, let's just do this, is first and foremost, you have to find the products that make FU money. I see a lot of times, let me just explain what's going to happen in the last week. I had a student come to me, she was so frustrated. She was looking for a product and she couldn't find a supplier for it. So I'm like, okay, let me see the product. Come and look at it. It was I think a Taiwanese cookie or something. I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know, it's different, but how much money does it generate per month? And she was looking at something that generated literally, it was about $2,000 per month revenue. I'm like, why would you waste a week looking for something that only generates $2,000 a month in revenue? Let's just say your cost of goods is $1,000, right? So you're only down to $1,000. That's before Amazon fees, shipping fees, all of that. On average, what you might be seeing on that $2,000 in sales is about a 15 to 20% margin. So what is she at? Around maybe about $400 profit per month. I am not wasting time on a $400 profit item. It doesn't make sense. So I'm like, look at the products that bring in a lot of money. So what we did is, yesterday I had kind of a workshop webinar style thing, and I'm like, dude, you guys have to focus on the products that bring in the most money. I was showing products that were bringing in 800, 700, even over $1 million in revenue per month. Dude, you get a piece of that pie. Those are products that you can put 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 grand into and make a ton of money because the volume's already there. Now, spending a week or two finding supplies for that is well worth the effort, right? So step one is always look for high volume products. High volume products and brands. That's always going to be step one. Spend your time playing both there. But then, well, that's not what we're here to talk about in this business. The first thing we want to do is find these products, but the real source, the real way to get these products easily is you want to go and use a method I call retail wholesale. This is when you mix in the retail arbitrage method and the wholesale method. So if you're pretty much new to this, retail arbitrage is when you see people go to a Nike store, or Target, or Home Depot or something. They scan a product like, hey, I can make a ton of money selling it back on Amazon. They take a few units home and they sell it back on Amazon. Great business for people on really low budgets, like $1,000, $1,500, but not very scalable. That's why we do wholesale. We get from suppliers and distributors that we can buy in bulk and sell out these products within a month, and we don't have to go to stores or anything looking for deals. Now, retail wholesale is like this in between, right? You mix the best of both worlds. The power of a retail arbitrage method is the speed. I can go pick up products today. Power of wholesale is scalability. Now, this method I actually learned 2021 when I, like, my first few months in the business. And this method was literally bringing us over $16,000 per month net profit, net profit, $16,000. Quick math, that was about $192,000 in net profit per year. So make sure you're paying attention to this. So what you want to do is you want to find, like we talked about, those high volume products. Now, you want to find retail locations around you that have these products in stock. So the product was called Seresto Door Collar. We still sell this product to this day. Okay, so Seresto Door Collar. What I did is I found out, okay, the product sells for about $59.98. I needed to get at $38. So sale price, $59.98. Buy cost, we needed it at $38. And we were making about $8.80 before shipping. Profit, gross, $1.80 per unit. My handwriting is so off today. Sorry guys, Valentine's Day, I gotta go. $8.80, okay. And we could sell 2,000 units, and then our unit count, 2,000. So whatever, our shipping cost is usually around 30, 40 cents. So, but we'll just round it out to $8, call it even. $8 times 2,000, that's $16,000 profit per month, right? So I found a product that had high velocity. I knew what price I needed to get it at. Now what I did is I spent the next few days finding about 20 to 30 more products in this category. So this is a pet product. So when you do this, you want to focus on pet. So 2 is a category. when you find a high velocity product, you stay within the category. Why? Because when we start looking for these retail locations, most retail locations other than like a Target is not going to carry electronics, grocery, pets, all these other things. So you pick a category. I would suggest picking categories that are a little harder to get into, like electronics, pets, beauty. Grocery and stuff is a little too easy, so you might have somewhat of a harder time doing those, but it's still possible. Any category is possible. But you pick a category, right? Now you have a category, you have a product that has high velocity, you know what price you need it at. Now you want to build a full product list. Now, why are you doing this? Well, first of all, how many products do you need? You're going to want about 50 to 100. It might take you a while. It might take you 2 days if you actually spend at least an hour just doing this. It doesn't take that long. You're finding a product. The list is going to have the product, max buy cost, units per month. How many units can you sell in this per month when you do the research? If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about in terms of how you figure this out, I'm gonna link another video in the description that goes over like the beginning levels of wholesale. This is meant to just be very high level, how you start making money as long as you already sell on Amazon. So you find the product, max buy cost, units per month, and then you get estimated profit, right? Like, so what that means is if I was to get this product at this price, how many units can I buy per month and how much money would I be making total? Now, this is a list you take with you to a retail store. Now, the key about picking a retail store is pick retail locations. The key about picking the right retail location is you want bigger locations. You want locations that either have large square footage, if they're actually physically large, or they have multiple locations. Multiple locations is better than one. So multiple locations or large store. Why? Because when they order, they already are accustomed to ordering a large volume, a large quantity of products. If you go to a small shop and try to buy like 1,000, 2,000 units, it doesn't work. Why? Because they usually don't buy that many. Their distributors will be like, what the hell are you doing? But if it's already a large shop, their distributor probably wouldn't raise any red flags, especially if they have multiple locations. So you pick a retail location that's in that category that has multiple locations, and you go and you bring them this list. Now, why does this work? First of all, think about a retail location. Think about if you had your own, in this case, let's say a pet store. If you have your own pet store, your average AOV, average order value, when a customer comes in is probably like $50, $100, $400 to $500, probably a big order for you. Now you have someone coming into your store saying, hey, I can spend, in this case, we spent like maybe $40,000 or something. I can spend $40,000 with you. Can you make this a reality for me if you get me this price? They're gonna lose their mind because no one's probably ever done this to them before. So you are playing ball where you should be, meaning that if you don't have like $100,000 and you want to go to these national distributors and stuff, your money does not move the needle with them. But when you go to these retail locations, you put in even $2,000, $3,000 orders in front of them. That's a lot of money. Now, forget talking about 30, 40. They're going to really break their neck trying to make this deal work for you. You're taking advantage of the fact that you have, it's a smaller court to play ball on, if that makes sense. You go, you pick the retail location, you go with this list full of products, right? Let's just write this down so we know. 50 to 100 products. And the reason you do 50 to 100 products is because what if they don't have that one product that can't get at that right price? You still want options. You want the chance to actually be able to buy something because you don't need all 50 to 100. What you're looking for is like 2 to 3 that you can buy on a consistent basis. And chances are, if you pick the right products, you are going to have 2 to 3 products that can probably bring you about $5,000 to $10,000 at least in profit per month. Now think about that. You just spend maybe a week finding products, negotiating with the store, and now all of a sudden you have $5,000 to $10,000 added to your monthly income. Most of us could not have gone, well, I know I couldn't when I had a job, go to my boss and say, hey, can I get a $5,000 to a $10,000 per month raise? Impossible. But doing something like this, quickest, simplest method. So you go to the retail location, you bring them this list, you negotiate. Now, here's the key. Never, ever, ever give them your max buy cost, right? What you give them a price that's 20 to 25% cheaper, lower than max. Why? If I know I can spend 38, I might say I need it for 34, 33. Why? Because you need wiggle room on the discount. Chances are they probably can't get you that 33 or 34, but if you land at 36, you're well over your max buy cost. And you gauge your max buy cost based on whatever your minimum margin or ROI you're looking for per sale. For us, at that time, it was about 12 to 15%. So when we made that deal, we ended up at around 14%. We ended up at about closer to 20 after a while we kept negotiating. We got down to around 15 on the initial purchase, which was great. It was well over what we needed at the minimum. Even this product had MAP pricing, which if you don't know, it's minimum advertised pricing, which is consistent pricing. So we weren't taking any risk of the price dropping on us. And we were able to dude, that was just one brand. We had another brand, we would order about like $12,000 a month on it, and the margins were close to like 30% margin. Just the brand was a little smaller, but the margins were way higher. So I'm not gonna keep this video too long. I wanna get to the point. This is a technique that you can use to leverage your local retail stores to actually increase your money dramatically, because I'm sure you all have retail stores around you that you can go and create these deals with. So I'm not gonna hold you too long. I hope this was helpful. Listen, I'm gonna leave some stuff in the links in the description. If you want to work with us in any capacity, there's gonna be links in the description depending on what's going on. It might be a link to our webinar, it might be a link to work with us one-on-one in our mentorship with guaranteed sales, or it might just be some free resources. Who knows? We leave a bunch of stuff down there to help you. But listen, this is the method. I'm gonna go over it real quick so you don't have to go back. Look for high volume profits, find a retail, pick a category, right? So once you find that product, expand in that category, get a full product list of products in that category, pick a retail location that's in your local area, especially the ones that are larger in size or have multiple locations. Give them that list of products, but take about 25 to 20, ask for 25 or 25% cheaper than what you would on the max price. And that's it. From there, listen, you're in the green right now. Start freaking ordering. Start ordering. And you'll be able to keep these replenishable in stock, and you'll be able to expand your category, your catalog just like that. All right, let's go make some money in 2025. Hope this helped.